Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing this lovely, lovely night? Tonight, you just get a little bit of voice from Joy. Hey Afro, hey, buying spaces, buying space sometimes. Just landed in the chat. Hey Jaden, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. How's everybody's day today? I hope it was an amazing day. I hope it was something that you definitely enjoyed being a part of and just being able to be alive to see it. Because many people did not get the opportunity to make it. So it's always a blessing, don't you think? At least I believe so. So let me see. Let me close out some things real quick. If you would like, um, hold on. Let me close this out. Definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and do not forget to give uh, a thumbs up or thumbs down. Whatever you prefer to do is fine by me, and it's totally up to you. Um, you know, here at Hello World and Be the Difference Clothing, we want you to do whatever you desire, your free will to do. So definitely try that, guys. Hey, Pandy. How you doing, Pandy? Girl, it's very rare that I see myself in replay. And I'm like, dang, I really do be speaking something nice, don't I? I appreciate you for letting me see that. Because usually I just am live on videos, on interviews, and it's not pre-recorded. So it's pretty cool to see something like that. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's the Burns Junk cheerleader and the YT official Sporky with a little bit missing the fork pronouns. Closet. Ooh. Hey, lady, how you doing? Yeah, thumbs down my way. No worries, whatever you prefer. Let me just hey Zero, I see you. Let me just give you guys a few announcements and I'll tell you about my day before we get started. So yes, I know you love your song. Hey Ronan, how you doing? Welcome. So in a few announcements, guys, if you would like to take advantage the of the different things that Be the Difference offers, please do so. We just started and launched the conversations or listening sessions with Joy. So if you are in need of having someone just listen to you or just want to bounce ideas off of, you can do it with me. It's a totally confidential time. It's an hour. You can do that. What up, Hilda? You can do that. Book your sessions. We'll be starting on Sunday. So book your sessions either by email or text. And the email is btdifferencellc@gmail. And the text message is 201-540-9104. The donation is only $25. We spend $25 on a ton of things every day. So why not spend $25 towards your healing or even towards your comfort? So definitely do that, guys. There will be a calendar and there are other stipulations that, once we book, we would talk about that privately. Also, you can shop Be the Difference at btdifferencellc.com. We have a lot of different things. The holidays are coming up, so definitely, hey, the Ready Set. The holidays are coming up, so definitely start purchasing your Be the Difference items now. You have books, t-shirts, onesies, hoodies, tank tops, and also custom socks. All of these different things, someone will benefit. And not only will they benefit, they will enjoy, especially coming from a company that is 110% about what we speak. So, let me tell you how my day was, and then we are going to have a beautiful evening with a wonderful guest. Um, and before I tell you about my day, it's pretty much, I would say this is like a male's perspective on how to survive life. So definitely invite a couple of people that you know that will benefit from hearing the wisdom from Zero, and also just whatever he has to share. What up, Miss Terrell? How you doing? So my day, guys, I woke up this morning. I went to work. Work was good, and I can't complain. You know, it's it was a good day. You know what I mean? I should have had more food for lunch, but I didn't. Um, I missed another meeting. I had another meeting today. I missed it because I was not mobile. And I knew that was a potential to possibly that happening because I knew my schedule was a little tight. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to try to work with this person and I'm going to try to, you know, see if I can squeeze it in. And it didn't work in my benefit. So another point of advice for you guys, it's one thing to try to help people and definitely help people, but it's another when you know it's something that you have an 85% chance of missing. Don't commit yourself because you will always, at the end of the day, end up aggravating your own self. So that was my day. Hey, love to travel with Wave. How you doing? Good to see you. That was my day in a nutshell. Let me introduce you guys to our guest. His name is Zero the Infinite. And I've known Zero on YouTube for maybe about 2 years, maybe 3 years now. And he is a phenomenal person. A man, I could say he speaks very diplomatic, very diplomatic. He weighs everything. He's not an emotional thinker. He definitely states what he knows and he considers things that he may have never thought about. So, guys, I want to introduce you to Zero the Infinite. And Zero, just take it away. Whatever you want to talk about as far as how it is to survive or surviving life, it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, I think I may have something to say about it, but yeah, thank you for having me on. I know because I know I asked you to do this because I fell asleep on it. I know you have been there so many times when I asked you, and you didn't have to. So
Oh,
I
before
felt
before before you keep going, my bad, guys. Throw some confetti and some balloons and some cakes in the chat. Today is Zero's birthday. Hey. Okay.
yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah, and I appreciate any birthday wishes. Thank you. Uh, but yeah, I would say one story I can particularly think of that I guess I guess say property literally surviving life to a certain point. I remember when I was younger, it was probably like a few years back, and I didn't really have a lot. So at the time, I had like a phone that didn't really have much service on it, but but it was a library near me, which I would use Wi-Fi to look up stuff or download some stuff so I can go back home and watch it or look at it. So I remember when I was out, and I knew I shouldn't have been out that late anyway. It was like probably I think it was probably like one something that when this was happening, and I remember I was just sitting there on my phone, looking. I see these two guys walking by, and I'm just like looking up. And I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna walk by. And then the next thing I noticed, I look back up, one of them is pointing a gun in my face. Well, not literally in my face, but close enough to there, and I'm just looking at him because I'm like wondering if if he's serious or not. Normally people reaction would be like they'd be scared or something like that, but it was like more like I was indifferent at first, and he was talking about come up everything. He was trying to rob me, and the more I looked at the more he kept doing it, whatever. Because like this whole time, I'm not really saying that to him, not because I'm scared or anything. I'm just like wondering why he's here. So the more you keep doing it, and then, like the more I realize, oh, he's serious, I start getting angry. Not scared. I start getting angry, and I don't know while I was doing all this, was telling me like, yeah, you gonna make it up out here. Don't worry about it. You good. I mean, and at that point, I really didn't even care if it was a real gun or fake, because I was really about to get ready to fight him because like in my head, I'm like, well, if you want to try to take something, you just going to take me out, just putting out plain and simple, because I wasn't going that way. Like, and and I feel something charging up within me, and I feel like like something about to happen, and at the point where I feel like okay, I'm about to get ready to get him. As soon as I do, his friends like tell him, hey man, he looking at you stupid because he said he probably ain't got nothing. That's why he looking at you stupid. And I guess like after him and friend trying to tell him that, he gave up and just walked off. And it was like I just looked at him until like walk up the street, and I just looked until they were gone. Then I left, and then after I came back to the house, then I was like, then I just started. Then like the realization was like, dang, somebody pointed a gun at me now, and I wasn't even scared at all. But I mean, I could have died if it was real. But then like later on after that, I was like thinking, I had like realized that it's possible. I mean, even if I had probably given the first I want to, maybe I would have survived, maybe I wouldn't. Because some cases, some people give the robber whatever they want to, and they still get taken out. So it was just like that was kind of like an interesting thing with me to really just kind of show, and it really kind of showed me how powerful it was. And when I told one of my best friends this, like, cause I was like probably like the first person I told her about it. And when I told him, he wasn't even surprised. He just like say, yeah, he say, I can see that you got a strong spirit. And when I told my other friend, he was like, man, I would gave whatever I wanted to. And then I was like explaining to him, I was like, well, even if you do, there's no guarantee that you're gonna come out of that alive anyway. But I mean, but it's like I understand where they come from, but that moment right there kind of like set up set up this strength, this code within me, because I mean it's like that moment kind of like was a defining moment which strengthened my spirit. Like it's like even with that, it's kind of like, and like when you hear people talking about they live by a code, and like why like they stand so firm in it. It's almost like like the code is like covering you with the layer of protection. And I mean that's how I feel like sometimes, like especially when I deal with the police, like even if it seems like they about to do something the police don't even touch me, or even get any real aggressive actions to them. One, because that, and two, I'm pretty calm what I'm doing. Like I have a somewhat of a good understanding of what they can do and what they can't do. So I don't I conduct myself in a way that doesn't escalate the situation, so to say. So yeah, I mean like that that moment kind of just like I said, just spurred me on, like. And I mean, it's a code, or virtues or principles or morals, whatever you want to call it. It was like something that I kind of, I kind of created my own like system, which I recommend everybody do the same, because even within religions, whatever, you still have your own system of that, whether you stand firm on it or not. It's kind of like, and I put out a quote on my page. I don't know if I paraphrase it exactly, but you protect your code protects you. But I mean, I got a like Instagram page somewhere, but I think I paraphrased what I said. But I mean, it is true. Like you kind of see like how like certain people, like when they really got that, I guess like say virtuous or something like that, people who are full right or whatever, I mean, you kind of see those people like, if you really think about it, are, protected for the most part, or at least, people don't come for them that easily. And, and, it's pretty much, I mean, like I said, guide my life. Like I said, I recommend everybody gets one. If you haven't developed your own system, and the thing about it is, it's like sticking to it. You gotta, if you're gonna create a system that's gonna be like your virtue, your principles, whatever it is. If you're gonna create that system, you gotta be accountable for that system and yourself. How you follow it, because nobody else is gonna know your system. It's only gonna be between you and your system. So if you're not following it, you don't one that's gonna know. And and it kind of, I guess if you want to say like a karma, it kind of brings like a negative karma to you, if you whether you follow it, or if you don't follow it, or if you follow it, kind of brings a positive karma to a certain extent. I mean, it just really depends on like how your system is set up. But I mean, karma is like a kind of complex thing, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know all about it. But this is just from my understanding of it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, what guys need, like what pretty much. Well, I mean, I think I've like before that I had been like a pretty analytical. Of course, like and I mean, of course, in the past, I had been more hot headed when I was younger. I was like a real hot head. I used to go off. Somebody says to me, I just go off. But over time, I had to learn how to, get out of that, how to, how to not be stuck in my ways. Because I realized in my 20s that when I was having certain conversations, especially about religion, I kind of seen that, okay, I'm starting to get set in my ways about certain some, and I don't want to be one of those people that I'm over here arguing with about them being set in their ways. I don't want to be that person. So I'm like, okay, it's like I had to learn how to get used to being wrong about something, or and really take that put that mirror to my face and really look at it. I mean, I kind of describe it in my poetry of metamorphosis, but I mean, it was really more of like an artistic way of expressing it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say about it.
Hey, can you recite that poem?
Uh, not off the top of my head.
Oh, okay, okay,
I mean, I could probably find it,
okay.
but but I let me see.
Guys, we're talking to Zero the Infinite about how it is for him to survive life. He's just sharing some intimate details about his life, and that fight or flight takes right into action, and that's something that we have to consider. Like that mechanism inside of us always comes to our aid when we need it the most. And what I'm taking away right now is the fact that when you trust yourself and you trust the God inside of you, or the God you believe in, or the God, whatever you believe, when you trust in that, you will be protected. You know, how the outcome is not always favorable, but you'll still be protected, you know? So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess like whatever people don't believe in. I say, as far as me, I believe in me.
mhm.
But I mean, but whatever people feel more comfortable, believing in. That's that should be whatever that should be your guiding light. But I can't find a written version of it. I got it one on my phone, but if go on my phone, I'll be
It's gonna knock you
kicked
out.
out of here. Yeah, I'll be kicked out of here. Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
But I video my channel, so you look at poetry, I got it on there.
Okay.
So
All right. Definitely go check out Zero's channel, guys. Like I said, he makes you think critically and strategically. So he's
I
definitely
mean, I try,
a,
I try.
he's definitely a channel you want to check out. Um, it is his birthday today. You want to drop your cash app in the chat, Zero, if anybody wants to send you a little blessing.
Sure. I mean, if they want to.
Yeah, just drop it in the chat if anybody wants to send a little birthday gift to Zero. He's gonna drop his cash app in the chat. Feel free to send something, or if you just want to write in the chat, do that, whatever. But we only have a birthday once a year. Hey, Brian, we have a member. We have a member, and it's Patty D. Patty D. Hey, Patty D. What up, D
But
family?
like lately, I haven't really did too much on like stuff make me think. I've pretty much been remembering stories when I was petty, like pretty much revenge stories, payback stories.
Yeah, but everybody, we all have, we all have growth. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And there's nothing wrong with telling people that you had to grow from an experience, because we always see things up.
yeah,
Right? We all go through something. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
more transparent you are, the more free people can feel like it's okay to be themselves, broken and all, or not broken and all. So
yeah. I already have too much problem being transparent, but like, I'll tell certain stuff, like, just like as far as you know, what I feel like, can be, told. But, of course, I'm not going to give like all the details of, my life and all that. Of course,
yeah,
that's being a little too open. Uh, but, but yeah, I appreciate all the birthday wishes I see in the chat again.
are you doing anything for your birthday?
I think I'm just gonna probably chill now. I think I'm gonna try to buy a birthday cake. I was thinking about making one, but I didn't really feel like it because it would, yeah, because it would just kind of, I would have to wait a little longer. So I probably just buy a birthday cake.
Or you can make some cookies, some birthday cookies.
I could, but I really want to use a cake.
Where do you see yourself next year, or this year, this new beginning year for you?
uh, I wish I could say I knew, but I don't know right now. And I think it's okay. I kind of want to see where it takes.
Yeah, you just want to go with the flow.
Yeah, yeah, if for right now, just see what comes. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably get some idea of it later, but right now, I just want to see where this goes.
I hear you. I hear you. Anything else you want to share or encouraging word that you want to give to people that are listening?
I guess don't let. I mean, if you have, be the writer of your own story. Don't let anybody write your story for you.
Mm.
And if you don't like the story that's being written, change the script.
Mm. Now that's some wise words. Those are some wise words. Not too many people hear it like that. For real, that junk hit me. It's like if you don't like the story, change it. And that goes back to like us having power to decide whether we want to do something or not. You know what I'm saying? So like that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think the reason why a lot of people don't think they really have is have a lot of power in life. I mean, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to crap on religion, or whatever. But religion kind of teaches people, that you have no control over your life for the most part. Like for certain religions, maybe not all religions do that, but for like maybe like the Western religions, they tell you, well, God controls everything. You're powerless without him. And I'm just like, how much we have, how much power that people have. Like just doing stuff. Like even, I mean, whether I mean, and I'm not trying to debate or anything like that to try to get anybody to change their minds. But it's like I mean, we do so much on our own, and people don't even realize like the power they really have. It's like think about it. It's like you want to go get something. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get it if you work at it or if you're really motivated. So I mean, something to think about.
this is why I say you one of them guys that have a lot of wisdom. It's true, and it's not. I mean, if anybody wants to debate about religion, like whatever you believe in, you're not supposed to be debating, right? Because it's a personal
Right.
relationship, right? Isn't that what they say?
Right.
It's a personal relationship between you and whatever God you believe in or serve. So it's not debatable. Your relationship with whoever you serve is not debatable. People could have their own opinions, but it should not sway or make you upset because of an opinion that somebody else has about what you believe. You know what I mean? So yeah, nobody can
Right.
persuade you. People can try to persuade you, but nobody can sway you into doing something. This is true. You are
Yeah.
the master of your story. Very true.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen like the people that like try to convince other people to join them are like people that are secretly convincing themselves that
Ooh,
they believe.
wow. Hey Terry. Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, because like think about it, like they work so hard to get you to believe this. Because it's like if they really believed it, they wouldn't even have to worry about pushing so hard. They'd be like, okay, they might try to say something, maybe put some thought there, and then they just leave it alone because they would be so confident that that you would see it through their actions and see what they're doing, and maybe you would be inspired to join that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even in the Bible, like and I'm surprised like how people don't really fully understand the story of Jesus. Like like if Jesus was here, if Jesus was here in physical form, and he went to a Christian church, he would be hated because Jesus in that time he was. Even though he followed, he actually I mean, even though he followed the laws and everything like that, he was hated by the elders of that temple at the time, like because they wanted him to do certain things, and he stayed true to what he was doing. He's really more of a revolutionary. Like if like I said, if he was in like some of the church right now, they probably say like, "Oh, he's a non-believer." This is what they would probably say about Jesus. He's a non-believer. Or he ain't really Jesus. Jesus wouldn't do that, and blah blah blah. Like putting their own ideas of what they think Jesus is. But I mean, in reality, Jesus was a would be described as a revolutionary. To be honest,
Wow.
like if you actually read the stories, like
It's
I
true.
mean,
But it
yeah.
was true though. In the Bible, they did not really love him always. Look at
Yeah,
Zero. It happy birthday.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Like, cause like every time he tried to do something, like, it was always the Pharisees coming in and trying to shut down what he did. Like, I mean, even at one point when he seen like the people at the money changing tables doing something wrong with money, kicked over the table and chased them out with a whip. He chased all of them out with a whip. Talking about you dare do this in my father's house?
And he did not
I
care.
mean,
He did not
yeah,
care. Hey, Auntie Mama, he did not care. Hey, East Dad, he did not
yeah, yeah,
care what people think. And like, how many of us are like still concerned about what people think about us?
right, right,
Like, it's all about wow, 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 wow. A lot of it has to do with yourself and that reflection that you see how you trust it.
right. Yeah, yeah. He was certainly a rebel. He did the right thing at the cost of his own life.
And to this day, and to this very day,
To
people
this day.
still people still like he's probably one of the most talked about. Jesus's life is probably the one of the most talked about and debated about thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you, Terry. That's crazy. So that's another thing, guys. Are you willing to stick by what you do, even if you become hated and loved at the same time? But that hate love, not that love, but that hate love. Would you be willing to do that throughout the course of your life? And that be how you live?
yeah. And I know something. I'll make jokes about like the Old Testament, but it be based on what was actually in there. I think I made like a joke like with like Abraham and Isaac, like like I was like thinking, I said, man, after what happened there, I said, I know we got to be like a long walk back home, like after God told him to go and kill him, whatever. It was like, and then you about to do it, and then like some look back like what you about to do? What were you about to do then? We about to kill him. Then like God said, no, we got a goat for it. We got a ram right here.
Yeah, right.
And then I did, it's got to be like a long walk home. Said, He said, "Did you try to kill me?"
That kind of trauma right there, that gotta be something
Yeah,
for a person. Like,
right,
dang, I was about to kill my own seed just
right.
because I love God that much. Woo. That's dedication, and that's definitely a discipline, and that's definitely faithfulness. How many of y'all are faithful to that, to the death? How many of us, not y'all, but how many of us can say
Yeah.
we're faithful to the death?
I wouldn't compare Abraham there, but I would compare like Father Jesus. But yeah, but yeah, like a lot of people don't have are not willing to die for what they believe in. Like even you see these activists saying, well, so yeah, I want to fight for freedom, whatever. But then you don't. But then you don't want to actually die for it. I'm like, if you want to be free, you got to accept that you might have to actually die for it. Now, not mean that you will, but the fact that it could be a possibility.
A strong possibility, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong to be. I don't think there's anything wrong if you say, "Well, no, I have to rethink that." Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're human. At least you're being honest with yourself, and that's
right.
you are becoming more free when you can be honest with yourself. Some people are like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it to death." Yeah, all right. When that machete come, not with no gun,
Right.
when the machete come and say, "I'm gonna take limb
Right.
by limb," are you still gonna be willing to die for it, limb by
Yeah,
limb?
that's
We think that some deaths will be easy and quick. Nah, sometimes when you fighting for a cause and it's a rebel type of cause like that, you
yeah,
sure you want to do that.
right. It takes like it takes a lot of strength to be willing, to do that because like yeah, like you said, like if you come up with a situation where they're threatening death and you're not willing to die for it, that's that's what they can use to hold over you and keep you in bondage.
But you could be like, well, it's still not a hold on me. It ain't no hold
Yeah,
on me because I was honest enough to say, nah, I ain't going out like that. I don't
right.
have the strength or the courage to go out like
Yeah,
that.
like when I say it, I'm not saying that you got to die for it, but it's just like I said, it's a possibility. Like, and you may not even die from it.
But zero, that's somebody's reality as we
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
got
saying?
you.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
somebody's reality.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
It might be
and,
fun
and,
to them.
and if that's not where that person's at, then it, you might want to, like you say, you might want to think about it because that's a that's a pretty strong commitment.
Yeah, and it's like you have a family. You may have a family. You may have a child. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have a spouse or whatever. But like, and I say that to say that way we have hold less judgment towards each other, less judgment towards the things that people have to go through. Because a lot of all of the most of the times we're always looking on the outside in, and we could see how people should navigate. But until you're actually in the actual boat trying to navigate through a storm that is impossible. You can't even see the island. You know what I'm saying? You can't see dry
Right.
land. We gotta definitely be like we have to be a little bit more lenient with each other. That's all the battle been fought, the victory and have the victory life in the death of Jesus Christ. The battle been fought and the victory won.
I didn't catch the last part.
Oh, what I was reading?
Yeah, you read something that was like real low and
Oh yeah, I was
then you
just
say that.
reading Terry's comment.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, I guess the reason why I brought that up, when I was growing up, I used to go to church every day of the week, probably outside, probably except for Tuesday, right? I would be in church. And I'll never forget the story of uh, when they were talking about how some people would die for Christ and how, I think I actually saw this on YouTube too, how this guy in Africa, he said, I will die for Christ, right? And the way they killed him, is they had two horses. One was attached to his legs, and the other was attached to his arm. And they had the horses run in the opposite direction. And some people get beheaded. Like, really, are you really going to die for your cause when it comes down to it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen it on YouTube. I heard the stories. It's just it's a lot to think about. And it's not only about religion. What if it was for your morals and your principles? Like, hey, Frugal. What if it was about your morals and your principles? What would you?
Yeah. It's kind of like, what would you do when nobody else is looking? Because like when nobody else is looking, like, you can, the only person you can really, lie to is yourself at that point. Because, because like, nobody, like, like I was mentioned before, like, nobody else is going to know. So if you don't, how you react with what you believe in, and especially when you're by yourself, then it's you're either gonna prove to yourself that you stand on what you believe, or you're just gonna show that you're still lying to yourself. And there's like so many people that lie to themselves. So like when it comes to certain realities, they won't even take it into account because they haven't done that self analysis. They haven't looked in that mirror and really taking a good look at themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like when you be honest with yourself, you really can get a better idea of how you really are. And I think that's probably why I can really look at certain things I'm doing. Even when I'm being emotional about something, I can still look at it objectively. I can go and say something like, like when I look at certain, like I can be honest with myself, say, yeah, I'm not being objective. I'm being biased about this particular subject. So I know I am, and I can own it.
Right. But at least you can own it.
Yeah, right.
Well, at least you're willing, not knowing, but also willing to own it. Because
Yeah, yeah, I have enough self awareness to do that.
yeah, like Eastad just said, it's about morals and principles. If your morals or principles are uh, put to the test, what you gonna do? Hey, love Lake Manager,
Right.
what will you do? Are you gonna take fight, flight, or are you gonna fright? And then either way, whichever way you choose, all it is going to teach you what you want to do better next time, or just maybe you're just that's all you want to do. You know?
Right. Yeah, yeah. And you know what, like that whole like doing that could actually help with relationships, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, because because a lot of people are not honest with themselves in relationships, so they think they want this and that, and ain't really taking a look at like what do I need
Mm,
to in a relationship, like like not like take a look at yourself and realize like, okay, you know what's going on me, what can I what is about what I need about me that I need to fix, and how can I fix that so I can be happy, and then enter into a relationship happy, because some people go into relationships like looking for someone to fill the missing parts that they feel are missing, but the problem with that is if that person is gone, then you still have that, that missing part in that hole inside you. So, if you've taken that look at yourself, being honest with yourself, and, you know, even understand what you really want in a relationship, then that person's only gonna enhance your happiness. And if that person's gone, yeah, you may be sad that person's gone, but you won't feel like a big hole. I guess you say you won't feel like like you miss something within yourself. I guess.
No, it's
Now
true.
maybe now I may not could be wrong about that, but that's my thoughts on it. Because I'm pretty sure some people might say. Now I'm thinking about it, like some people could say maybe that ain't true or whatever to them. I can't really say because I'm not that person.
Right. But it is something to think about, like, being in a romantic relationship, you definitely have to, it's better to go in whole than not. So,
Right.
like, when you start to become whole and whoever you're with is still at the same place when you first started, it might not balance out well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you grow in maturity, you may outgrow immaturity. So you
Yeah.
need somebody more balanced.
Yeah. I think that's one thing I really try to strive for is a balance. If I can, at least close to it as I possibly can do. So anyway, because I don't want to sway too far on one side, too far on the other side, because I think people have certain ideas about like the positive and negative. Like a positive ain't always good, and negative ain't always bad. Like depending on what the positive, what the negative is, the situation varies.
I was about to say, what you mean by negative? Please. That's what I was about to say. What you mean by negative? I want to hear that aspect. Like, what about the negatives? Like,
Yeah,
how?
I can give you an example. Like, like some people can say like, well, negative's always bad. Like, and sometimes, like something that is negative could be actually something, constructive. Like for example, like somebody really stuck on themselves, and they really need to be woken up. So somebody give them that tough love, and when they give them that tough love, they might feel hurt, they might get mad or whatever, or cry or whatever the case is, be upset with you, and then like once they get through getting upset, they may sit there and think like, okay, that person's right. Or even if they don't sit down and think, of, they might still be mad, but then they might see certain things, maybe a week later, maybe a month, maybe somewhere down the line, and be like, you know what? I was mad at you when you told me that. I thought you were just trying to be mean to me, but I see that you were right. You were trying to help me.
That takes humility to admit that. That takes humility to admit that your spouse was right,
Yeah,
or whoever you're with is right about something that you couldn't see at the moment. Of
yeah,
course, when you're going through, we never really see it all the way through until we're on the
yeah.
outside.
And then example of positivity being negative is like when when like people don't want to hear something like only good vibes only. You're bringing all this negative energy in when someone's trying to tell you something that you need to know or something like that. And there's actually a term for that. And I think I remember doing a video on it because I had actually ran up on the topic. It's called toxic positivity.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that. I remember that chat.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's like it's just like yeah, like not everything is in one box. Like depending on what's in negative or positive is like a whole different thing. Like even like with like money, like debit and credit could mean, different things. Like, like usually you see money like debit's usually the money that's coming in. Like if you're a business. Sometimes I think like debit's like usually like the money that comes in, right? Like the money you're getting in, right? Or is it credit? Because I'm trying to remember
I
which
think
one.
it's credit because with debit, the account we take away.
Okay. Okay. So like, like credit money coming in, and then like debit, the money is going out. But I mean, but in depending on the certain type of situations, it could be the other way around, like depending on what the business is and what the situation is.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You're kind of like saying like if
Yeah.
you're too positive sometimes and you know somebody's wrong, but you don't want to hurt their feelings, that's
Right.
holding somebody back too.
Right.
Sometimes you can't worry about if it's gonna hurt them because you never know. They might be like, oh, okay, I never thought about that. But to you it was like this big old bad thing, but to them it was like, oh, eye opener.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just all about perspective,
Hmm.
you know. And I mean, of course, you don't want to, try to put everything in a box because, if you try to put something in a box, you're just pretty much just limiting, your idea of things, your point of view. So I try not to, put things in the box. I'm like, even though like I may know something, like I always leave room to be like, okay, I leave a little room of error. Like, so, okay, I could be. There's a possibility I could be wrong about this, and I have no problem accepting it if someone shows me, oh yeah, you're wrong about this. This is why, because this and this and this. Okay, cool. Like okay, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I mean, I may have had my mind changed, but usually when I do certain stuff, I usually try to make sure I, get certain information. But if I'm wrong about something, like I have no problem admitting, okay, I was wrong about that. All right, okay, I didn't never, I thought it was this way, and it really wasn't.
That takes growth. A
Yeah,
lot of people do not want to admit. Like, do you know? I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about this today. Like, how many people actually know that they've done wrong will actually go back and say and apologize? You know how many
yeah,
empty apologies or unanswered apologies people have in life?
a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, I was like, I mean, it's kind of crazy how many people like just won't admit they wrong. It's like, yeah, they rather double down and be wrong instead of like and well, not be wrong, but act like they're right even though they know that they are wrong.
Yeah, they convince themselves it away. They
Yeah,
chat it away in their head, like, oh yeah, now they'll get over it. They'll get over it. Everybody gets over it, but then you have to deal with that. You have to deal with the whatever it comes with hurting somebody. If you don't deal with it yourself, it always comes back.
right.
So, guys, if you have people that you need to apologize, and I'm talking about the ones that come to your head, go over there and apologize. Help people become more free and be open if somebody needs to apologize to you. Be open to receive it or at least hear them out.
And even they try to talk crazy, you have to apologize. At least you did what you supposed to do. Now what happens afterwards is on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I mean, you want to take the low road, afterwards, go for it. If you don't, cause I think the high road be overrated sometimes.
What? What up? You
Yeah,
mean why?
because I feel like the high road, is like it's like kind of like something that allows like people who like even take the low road to to take advantage of somebody like, oh yeah, they gonna be the bigger person, take the high road. I'm gonna keep taking the low road, keep poking at them. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, but
I can
everybody
take
got
that.
to deal. Everybody has to deal with their own demons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Their own demons.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the low road for.
Right, but I mean, if you take the high road and not worry about whatever the person's, the recipient is, that's their demon. Hey, Shay's World, we have a member. We have a member. And it's Shay's Journey. My bad, I said Shay's World. Hey, Shay's Journey, how you doing? We just having a little conversation. It started off with Zero talking about how he survived a situation, and then it turned into like him talking about the fight or flight, and then we kind of just branched off from there. And you know, long story short, guys, like start trusting in God or whoever you believe in, and trusting in yourself that you're not going to do yourself harm. If you start trusting yourself, you're not going to want to do that.
Right.
And today is his birthday too, so feel free to throw up birthday wishes and cards and emojis for him. Did you put your Cash App in there? Zero?
I did. I can put it again.
Okay. Yeah, just put it in. If you guys want to send him a little love token for his birthday, feel free to do so as well too. Feel free to do so as well. Birthdays only come one time a year. That's crazy. I want to celebrate my birth every day. Okay. I wake up, it's a new day, it's a new birth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never see it before. Not going to ever see it again. Why limit it to one day a year?
Cause like you really kind of think about like the whole life and death thing. I mean, every time a person changes, you kind of like your old self dies and a new one comes out, even though you still remember, what happened with the how you were before.
Very true.
But I mean, that could go into a whole like big philosophical thing, which that'll probably be like hours, and I know you don't want to be here for hours.
Yeah, those conversations, those deep conversations are definitely worth having. You can always have
Yeah,
throughout the course of over time.
yeah.
But I appreciate you for coming through, especially on your birthday. Um,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the solo panel, and if you could leave some last remarks, how people can follow you and all that other good stuff.
Okay. All right. If you want to follow me, my channel is Zero to Infinite. You type it in, I'm the only one there. And in there, you can, if you want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to if you like the content there. I mean, right now I'm just doing stories, but I do all kind of stuff. Just do whatever comes on mind. I might talk about certain subjects, or I may have a baking video, or maybe it's dancing. You never know what you can get in my channel. But if you also want to follow my other social medias, that will be in the about section and in the description section in each one of my videos. To my Twitter, my Instagram, my fan base account, and I think those are the only ones I got. But you enjoy it. If you enjoy the content, like I said, you know, please subscribe if you like it. If not, it is what it is. No hard feelings. And I think I may go live tonight. Because my birthday stream. I think I did it last year too. So I may go live in a little bit. I'll try to schedule it so give people time to do it. But yeah, as I thank y'all for all the birthday wishes and whatnot. And like I said before, you are the main. I think I may add on to it. You are the main character in your story. So don't let everybody else make you a side character. You know, it's your story. So write it accordingly, and don't let everybody else write you as a side character of their story or I guess main character because you want to be the only character in your story. If you don't like the story, change it, change the script, and I guess that's it. So thank y'all for having me here, and I thank Joy for having me on here.
No problem, guys. I put the wrong link in there. The second one that says 0, that's the right link. I don't know. Somehow it when I clicked on it, I must have clicked too fast and my computer was slow. But the second one is this is the right one. This is the right link to Zero's chat. Feel free to check it out.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Zero, for coming on and sharing. I mean, I know, like, I know it's hard to share things about our lives. Um, and especially coming from a man, like, I really am proud of that, to have a man's perspective on surviving. So I appreciate you for coming on. I do hope you have a beautiful birthday. Um, guys, one last time, let's throw up some birthday emojis for Zero. One last time.
Yeah, yeah, I do appreciate it. Yeah, and I think when I probably have my channel, I'm never. I mean, when I have my live, it's definitely gonna be open panel. So anybody want to come up or you want to just chill in the chat, yeah,
Yeah,
feel free to come through.
his panels be low key. We all have pen and paper in our lives. It's up to us what we write. What do you want your obituary to say? I know that's right. Mine's gonna say ageless. That's what I'm gonna say, ageless.
Sure, ain't gonna be no big rig. I'm gonna live forever.
Right. I'm gonna live forever. Hey. Yes, Patty D said happy birthday and thank you for all your insight. Everybody showing a little love
Thank you,
for the
thank
birthday.
you, thank you, Patty.
One time for the birthday man. I don't know. I'll try to come on the panel. What time you thinking? Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, late like that?
It'd probably be earlier because I may do it in maybe about an hour and a half because I want to try to get it in for my roommate to get to sleep because they could play it sometimes I'm be doing late stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to say I don't know. I might be asleep or doing
Yeah,
well. But
yeah. But I have to schedule it so that way give people enough time and to look out for it.
yeah. All right. Well, guys, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and our guest for tonight was. Gotta say your name.
Yeah, me zero.
and we're signing out on an oh Shay just connected with you, and we're signing out on another episode of Hello Zero. Hello
Hello,
world.
world.
See y'all
Yeah.
tomorrow.